it's 4 part 3 I'm on to now, and 4 part 3 asked me to do g of x equals f of 4. So g of x equals f of 4. So basically g of x is what they give us up at the top. So g of x up at the top, they told me g of x was 2 minus 4x. 2 minus 4x. Now f of 4, right, means in f, everywhere you see an x, stick in a 4. So in f, everywhere you see an x, stick in a 4. So it's 3x minus 2. So that's 3 times 4 minus 2. So that would be 2 minus, now it's just algebra, multiply out. 3 4s are 12 minus 2. Build a wall, x is on one side, numbers on the other. Minus 4 stays put. Minus 4x stays put. 12 minus 2, and this 2 comes over and becomes a minus 2 also. So then you get 12 minus 4x is equal to 12 minus 2 is 8. The minus 4 stuck to the 8, divide each side by minus 4. And you end up with x is equal to minus 2. Okay, so that's number 4. Okay, and you can pause if you need it. Okay, next is number 5. So number 5 is f of x is equal to 5x minus 1. And the first part says gets me f of minus 3. Okay, so the minus 3 is in the bracket, so that means put it in for x. So if it's in the bracket, you put it in for x. So that means that's 5 times minus 3 minus 1 into the calculator, that, and you get minus 16. Okay, and part 2 asks me for f of, I think it's 1/5, f of 1/5. So it's the same, the 1/5 is in the bracket, so that means put it in for x. So everywhere you see an x, put in a 1/5. So that's 5 times 1/5 minus 1 into the calculator, that, and you get 0. Okay, part 3 of 5 says get f of k. So that just means, again, k is in the bracket, so that means put it in for x. So instead of writing x, we'll write k, 5k minus 1. Right, next one is f of 2k. So f of 2k is in the brackets, so you put the 2k in for x. So instead of writing x, I'm going to write 2k. So that's 5 times 2k minus 1, and then multiply out. 5 times 2k minus 1 is 10k minus 1, and that's your answer. Okay, and part 5 is f of 2k minus 1. So that means everywhere I see an x, stick in a 2k minus 1. So that's 5 times 2k minus 1, and then there's a minus 1, because it was 5x minus 1. Multiply out, that's 10k minus 5 minus 1, and then just stick your numbers together. Minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6, so it's 10k minus 6 is your answer. Okay, that's number 5. And again, we need to write it, pause it now. Okay, number 6 then. The function f is defined as, so f of x is equal to 2 minus 3x. find the value of number of k, so it's k times f of 3 equals 7 times f of 2. Right, so we can get f of 3, we can get f of 2. Okay, so f of 3, right, is, I'm just going to take this out to the side for a minute. If I wanted f of 3, I just, into f, everywhere I see an x I put in a 3. So it would be 2 minus 3 times 3 into the calculator, that would be minus 9. Okay, so f of 3 is minus 9. Okay, we can also get f of 2. So f of 2, same thing, into f, everywhere I see an x, stick in a 2. So it's 2 minus 3 times 2, which is minus 4. So f of 2 is minus 4. So I have a 7 there, and it's multiplied by f of 2, which is minus 4. So then k by minus 9 is minus 9k. 7 fours are 28. You know, that's actually a minus 7. I made a mistake there. 2 minus 9 is minus 7. That should be a minus 7. Sorry. And you get minus 7k equals minus 28. Divide each side by minus 7. And you end up with k is equal to 4. Okay? And the last one I was asked to do was question 9. So if you need to write that down, pause it. Right, okay, and finally, question 9. Question 9 reads, f of x is 2x squared minus 1, and it has g of x is equal to x plus 2. Solve these equations. So the first one is f of x equals 3. So they're basically saying they put something in for x. So they put in a number for x there, and the answer they got out was 3. So you have to figure out what number do you put in to get out 3. So you go 2x squared minus 1. So they took that, they put in something for x, but they know they got out 3, so equals 3. So x is on one side, numbers on the other. So 2x squared equals 3 plus 1. So that's 2x squared equals 4. Divide each side by 2, and you get x squared equals 2. So x is equal to the square root of 2. Okay, have I done that right now? Because yeah, it seems to be okay. Okay, the second part of that question asked me for g of x equals f of 3. So g of x equals f of 3. Now g of x you can't do anything with. G of x is just here, x plus 2. Right? F of 3 you can get. F of 3, the 3 is in the bracket, so that means you put it in for x. So into f, everywhere I see it, an x, put in a 3. So it's 2 times 3 to be squared minus 1. So that's x plus 2 equals 11 on the calculator. Numbers on one side, x on one side, numbers on the other. Leave the x, 3, that's wrong again, isn't it? 3 squared is 9, 2 9s are 18, it's 17 actually. Right, and then that equals 17 plus 2 comes over, becomes a minus 2, and then you get x is equal to 15. Okay, so that's part 2. Right, and then part 3 of question 9. Part 3 of question 9 reads, f of x equals g of x. Okay, so that just means f of x is 2x squared minus 1. You don't know what to put in for x, they haven't told you. g of x is x plus 2. Again, you don't know what to put in for x. And basically you're solving. Now this one has an x squared term, an x term and a number. So you bring everything over to the left. Put the x squared term first, 2x squared. Then bring the x term, which is minus x. Then you have the minus 1 is here already. Bring over the 2, it becomes a minus 2 equals 0. So you get 2x squared minus x minus 3 equals 0, right? The minus b formula will solve that for you. Okay, right, I prefer shortcuts. So we have 2x and x, 3 and 1, and I want a minus and a plus. Okay, and check my answer on the inside. Minus 3x on the outside plus 2x will give me minus x, so I'm right. Now it says solve, so that means you let each bracket equal 0, so 2x minus 3 equals 0, and x plus 1 equals 0. So you get x is on one side, numbers on the other, so 2x equals 3, and then divide each side by 2, and you get x is equal to 3 over 2. And over this side, x is equal to minus 1 when it comes over. Okay? And that's question 9.